Hello everybody and welcome back to our YouTube channel. So in today's video we will be featuring some battles from Go Battle League Pokemon Go. I am currently at rank 6 but I am working on that. So this is a pretty good match for me. The steel typing of Scizor takes a lot of super effective damage from my counters. So for reference I have also put up the movesets of my Pokemons. So here I'm gonna mirror the shield, that is if he uses one shield I'm also gonna use mine. So I'm just going to farm up. I'm not going to use any charge move, but looks like he got to it. So I'm going to use my second shield. So I'm basically doing this to maintain the switch advantage, which is actually very useful. So I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb. He has an Azumarill. This is going to land super effective if he does not decide to shield. He shields it. I won't be able to reach to another charge move. So right now, I think I will bring up my Azumarill. So the thing about Azumarill mirror matches, you definitely want a Play Rough on your Azumarill because Play Rough does very good super effective damage, a lot of damage on Azumarill, and not super effective, but it does a good amount of neutral damage. So Play Rough is the move you want when you are in a mirror match, or go straight for Hydro Pump. Now this guy went for Ice Beam, I went for the Hydro Pump. I'm assuming he also has Hydro Pump as his second move, as he did not used it. Okay, so Play Rough. So I'm gonna switch in my Registeel because neither Play Rough nor Ice Beam can actually do a lot of damage to my Registeel. Both are resisted, and Registeel is also very bulky. The Hydro Pump is a bit of a trouble for the Registeel, but it doesn't seem to have that. So I'm gonna go for Flash Cannon, which is not gonna cure the Azumarill, but this is just enough for me to farm up a little bit of energy. So what does he have in the back? Okay, so she has a Medicham, which is actually not good because I'm not sure what moveset it has. It has counter as the fast move, that's gonna land super effective. So what is this charge move? Okay, she decides to go for Ice Punch, which is not super effective. I'm gonna go straight for Hydro Pump and KO this Medicham and take over the first match. There goes the first match. I managed to win it. Now the second match with Julia Me 81. Okay, so this is a very bad lead for me. The air slash does super effective damage. So I'm going to bring in my Azumarill, hoping for him to switch as well because I want to pair it with my Registeel. So I'm going to go for Ice Beam. He decides to stay. Now I could have gone for the Hydro Pump, but then he would definitely have used a shield and that would have taken a lot of time. So I went for Ice Beam straight away. Now Azumarill can tank the Sky attacks. Okay, he wins the CMP tie there. So I'm gonna use my shield. I'm gonna go for Ice Beam because that's gonna be enough to KO the Skarmory out, and I think he's gonna shield it. Yes. Okay, it's a she. Okay, she decides to shield it, and she's gonna definitely reach. Oh, that was a very good switch. So whatever she decided to bring in is gonna tank that Ice Beam. That is a Whiscash, which is a very bad news for me because both of my Pokemons are prone to that. Both of my Pokemons have that as their counter. So Whiscash, if I do not shield this, then my Toxicroak will be gone for good. So I have to shield this up. He had a lot of farmed up energy. So he's gonna go for the second one. That's gonna devastate my Toxicroak. I managed to pull off a last second Mud Bomb with like a sliver of health. Okay, she decided to shield it. Now my Registeel is not gonna do very well. I'm gonna go for Flash Cannon, but I'm assuming that she already has two Mud Bombs charged up and they're gonna chunk away like a lot of health. Okay, so she decides to go for Blizzards, which is very surprising. I don't know why, but two mud bombs would actually have devastated my Registeel. There comes the Skarmory. It's gonna go for the Sky attack. And yes, not very effective, but still. Okay, this is a Grand Bull. Okay, I can still turn the match because the Flash Cannon is gonna land super effective and gonna completely KO the Grand Bull. So now it's a race to the charge move. Oh, and I lose it. So good games. I end up losing the second match. Now third match with Lobo Chief Master. Hypno, that is again a very bad lead for me. The confusion is gonna chunk out a lot of health, so I'm gonna bring in my Azumarill quickly. I'm gonna go for straight Hydro Pump this time because I'm assuming him not shielding the Hydro Pump. I am gonna shield this because it can be a Thunder Punch or a Shadow Ball. Okay, it's a Shadow Ball that would have actually devastated my Azumarill. I'm gonna go for Hydro Pump. And he decides not to shield, so I'm just gonna bubble farm him down. Oh, he pulls off a last second charge move, and I'm definitely gonna shield that, and I'm gonna lose both my shields, but again I will have switch advantage and a lot of farmed up energy on my Azumarill, so I will easily be able to manage to land a few ice beams on whatever. Okay, Toxicroak on the Toxicroak. Now he is definitely gonna shield that because he has no other option. So I managed to pull off another one, and that's gonna be his second shield. I am pretty confident about that. Yes, he shields that. Okay, so instead of farming my Azumarill down, he decides to dump all his energy and has Dynamic Punch. So that's gonna take a good amount of time to charge up. I can get to the Mud Bomb way too faster, but that is a very good switch. So he decides to bring in his Gengar, and I don't think he has any shields left, and this is gonna completely finish KO the Gengar. So I'm gonna bring in my Registeel to tank whatever the Toxicroak has. Okay, he decides to go for Mud Bomb. So I have one counter advantage on my Toxicroak. Okay, he is gonna get to the Mud Bomb faster than my Registeel. So I have one counter advantage, and that is gonna decide the whole match. Now having an advantage actually gave me the key to win the match. And there goes this Toxicroak. I managed to pull off the third match. Now the fourth one. Okay, so this is I don't know what kind of a matchup was that. Was it in my favor or not? So I'm just gonna switch into my Azumarill. I'm gonna go for Ice Beam, hoping for it to commit a shield, but I am sure I'm pretty confident. So it does not shield. Now I'm gonna tank whatever this Milotic has, because nothing that it has can actually do a lot of damage to me. So it decides to go for Blizzard. I'm gonna go for Hydro Pump, hoping for him not to shield, because the Hydro Pump will do quite a good amount of damage, but again he uses his shield. So he switches and brings in his Lapras. So I actually need to know what moveset does it have, because if it has a Skull Bash, then bringing in my Registeel won't be that good of an idea. So I'm gonna go for Ice Beam, which is not gonna be effective at all, but I'm gonna bait him. Yes, and it works. He actually shields it. So I will try to go for Hydro Pump. I am not gonna shield it. I'm gonna let my Azumarill go. And okay, it survives. So I'm gonna go for the Hydro Pump, or at least I tried to go for the Hydro Pump. So I'm gonna bring in my Registeel now. I'm gonna go for Flash Cannon straight away and then switch to bring in my Toxicroak, because I don't want that water gun damage on my Registeel. That eventually adds up. So this is gonna do good amount of damage. Bring the Lapras to the red zone. So I'm gonna switch and bring in my Toxicroak and end the Lapras. Now I know, okay, the third Mon is Registeel. So I know that the Milotic has a lot of charged up energy for one charge move. So I need to save shield for that, and there it goes. The shield I saved, and I can finally use it. Now that would not have been very effective, but as we know, Toxicroak is very squishy. It would not have been able to handle that. So I'm gonna go straight for Mud Bomb. I'm gonna counter it down. And there goes the Registeel. Good games. So now the last match of the set. Skarmory again, very badly. So I'm gonna bring in my Azumarill. Oh, this is a Steel Wing Skarmory, which is pretty unusual. Oh man, that is a Razor Leaf Sunflora. That is gonna devastate my Azumarill, but I'm gonna try and go for the Ice Beam. He's gonna shield it. I am gonna try to pull off one more, but I am pretty sure that I won't be able to reach to that. So I'm gonna bring in my Registeel because I don't want the Razor Leaf damage on my Toxicroak. Actually the Toxicroak is gonna do good amount of damage to Sunflora, but will also be taking equal amount of damage from the Razor Leaf. So I decided to bring in my Registeel, and the Sunflora is down. Okay, so his third Pokemon is Lunatone. I'm gonna go straight for Focus Blast. That will do very good amount of damage if he does not decide to shield. And he does not. That does good amount of damage. I'm gonna use my shield. Not gonna take any chances. I don't know what charge move he has because Lunatone is actually pretty rare. Okay, so as you can see, Steel Wing is not the the fast move you want for Skarmory. That does not do a lot of damage. Air Slash is the fast move alongside with Sky Attack as the charge move and Flash Cannon as the second charge move. So I am assuming it to be a Sky Attack. Okay, so it's a Flash Cannon. That is a Steel Wing Flash Cannon variant of Skarmory. So I actually managed to farm it down. So I'm gonna go for Mud Bomb, and he decides to shield it. That is perfectly alright. So I could not pull off another one, so I'm just gonna lock on farm down this Lunatone, because no matter what, until I reach any of my charge move, the Lunatone would be gone for good. And there it goes, the fifth match. So I managed to win 4 out of 5 matches in this set at rank 6. So thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe the channel for more videos.